Preacher here with how I qualified for the finals of the Solo Zero Build Victory Cup on mobile. Like and subscribe for more content, and I hope you can learn something and enjoy. That was close. Welcome back to another Preacher Breakdown. Here's a note and foreshadowing for the future, not to ADS your Gatekeeper shotgun. For some reason I kept doing this, I don't know why, I was very tired. But try not to do that, that way you can move better and hit better shots with the modifications that you put on it. Let's upgrade the shotgun real quick. Here are some suggestions for modifications as well as, hi Kenobi, how's it going? Kenobi, stop. Oh my goodness. You might be thinking, oh, he's going to talk about the poor impulse and the bad bunker, which were atrocious. No, those are obvious. It's about the assumption I made coming over to this rock and thinking that this guy was here, and he wasn't. So we're going to rewind the video for a second, play it in slow-mo, to see if you can see what I missed. Oh my goodness. One last Preacher breakdown for game one, and it's two parts. The first is to note that I messed up pretty bad by ADSing, thinking I was going to get a higher damage shot. So please watch that, even in the next season when we have different shotguns and everything. Note when you need to ADS and when you shouldn't. This was the time that I shouldn't have. We'll see an example of the same thing in the next game in just a second. The second and last thing to note about this is I gave up a right-hand peek. I gave up peeker's advantage on this edge. I let him come from the left side there, and instead I should have been holding the right angle to shoot him. Again, like I said earlier, right? Hold your right hand peeks, peek properly. It will win you fights. Welcome back to the first breakdown of Game 2. and the last breakdown of game 2, as I just run myself into oblivion here. I made so many bad choices with being greedy earlier, pushing this fight when I shouldn't have. I could have just waited for my overshield to heal up and take better shots. I had the high ground and good peaks that I could have taken, but I didn't. I was tired, and I just wasn't thinking. Just be better than me, chat. And just like that, voiceover preacher. We're moving past game 3 because I just rotated in the storm and died. So this is game 4. This is the game in which I had my best placement in opens and really set me up to qualify for finals. So we're going to show it in pretty much its entirety to explain the strategy that I was using this past season and to give you some ideas going forward to how you might want to play in tournaments. Yes, this strategy doesn't have as much fighting as others, and that's because of some of the inconsistencies with mobile. My tablet was partially overheating because I wasn't playing with a cooler. So just watch for some ideas that you can think of coming this next season in order how you can qualify as well. My assumption would be that there's no one over here because they were over here. Now watch me be so blatantly wrong. That's right, it's a different Preacher breakdown sound effect and font. So what are we talking about here? Well, it's the choice I made to randomly turn left and go around this hill. You can't see the map that well with the way I've had to zoom it in for the YouTube video, but even as such, there's two things that involve, one with the map and one that I saw with the porta bunker. Let's break this down and look at this. So who cares about this bunk, right? Well, it's a weird place to put it, so possibly a player is either in there or use something else to get on top of the statue to try to get good beams. Not a good idea for me to go there if I'm trying to make it further into the game. The second reason that I avoided this is on the map. You can only partially see the ring, but a medallion player is there somewhere in the area, and it seems to be centered around the statue. So in the quick second that I had to not get any closer and to possibly get shot or mess my game up further, I just make a big detour and keep rotating further into zone in order to stay away from someone that I believe is hiding and is probably going to beam me. Oh look, Preacher's hiding in the bush again. Yes, voiceover Preacher back. Look at my items and the things I have. I have one decent heal. I have one bunker. in 3 Nitro. I don't have the ability or the luxury to be running around trying to chase people. So I'm in a bush in center zone to give me the best chance to pull zones and to be able to rotate easily. Maybe if someone moves from bunker to bunker, I can reuse a bunker. These are the things I'm thinking of as this is going on. Next placement's at top 15. I'm gonna see if anyone's in this thing. There is, okay. I don't even care. Oh my goodness. Finally. You might be saying, Preacher, you should care. In the moment, I didn't. But in reflection, VOD reviewing, making this video and everything, there is a real point to be made that I could have at least got more placement, if not some elims, or maybe even one. When it comes down to being able to manage 20, 30 players in an endgame and trying to figure out, you got to play your game. There were 5 people in that endgame. 5, and that's including me. Only 4 other footsteps to keep track of that I could have played around, done a lot more than I did there. But again, at some point exhaustion just takes over. It was a good effort to get there, and it really set me up for the rest of this. And just like that, not only are we in Game 5, but we're already almost qualified. Here I wanted to make a point about how my strategy changes a little bit, mainly because I did not have any whites. You don't need any whites all the way up going through this side of this storm tank strat until you get to this point. You really need the ability to get past. Usually I would break the barrels over there that I checked, but they weren't there. So one of the things to note, right, one of the reasons I was considered in this cup is because I had a strategy, I had a plan in mind. Now, unfortunately, the other thing you need to remember with strategies is this is a battle royale, lots of random things happen. So we need to have at least some idea of what we're going to do if our original plan doesn't work. Just a friendly reminder that fishing is still a viable thing to do, although you got to have good luck, or at least decent luck, or just maybe any semblance of getting whites in order for you not to die in the storm at all. Goodness. I mean, what in the world is this? Because... But again, talking about strategies, we can do this as mobile players. We can qualify for cups. I know this is zero build. You can do this in builds just the same, and it's probably even easier in the sense of what you can do in the fact that you don't have to think about cover as much. You can just build. Thank goodness! Finally I got a flopper. I'm not going to die. But try to figure out your strategies, right? Have a good landing spot. Know how to land that spot. Have a good rotation plan. When it pulls to the left, when it pulls to you, when it pulls to the right, when it pulls far. Right? Figure those things out. Next season, I'm going to work on making a video to put like at least 3 different ideas of spots and strategies to explain to you all to help if you want to qualify or you want to compete and just enjoy doing this. We need 4 flops to move on. I'm not going to make it out of the storm without them. We're getting dangerously close to storm sickness territory. What? And we finally made it to Game 6, the last game in Open. If you've made it this far, comment Crazy Preacher. You'll understand why in a second. I tanked enough Storm to know I was guaranteed qual for finals. I'm at 101 points, if I recall correctly. I think it was somewhere around 99. I did research for all the tournaments I played this day for goals for points and what I needed to strive for, and then like a point average per game. So that's what I was hoping for with that. But now I'm just chilling. Really don't care too much. As you can see, even my inventory is quite trash. I'm just following my loot route that I've made for this drop. Just trying to get an extra few points, enjoy the last game before taking a break for finals. Aim! Oh! Sis! Aim on this! Ah, la, 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 la. Preacher is broken. Preacher no come to phone now. And after that, we are now in finals game 1. Surprise, I know, especially after what we just witnessed. Friendly reminder of the wonderful mobile benefit of being able to see through things from a certain render distance. It doesn't make up for all the other problems of our platform. To set the tone and the mood, as you just heard, at this point, I really don't care. I'm so tired. I'm just playing to play. I'm not really thinking much of anything anymore, although earlier I had problems making good choices, being greedy. But here, we're in finals, and I could care less. I'm just tired. I want to go to bed. I'm thinking of fighting this guy because I'm like, you know what? We're just going to go out with a bang. I end up not pushing him as I get tagged a little bit, and I'm like, well, I probably need to get to zone, get further. So I rotate, and thankfully I do. Why? Because look what happens right here. A guy shows up and starts shooting me as well.
Oh.
Now, I come out fine from this, right? No really worse for wear, although I'm wasting some of my protection and builds in the sense of the bubble. But I get out of there and we move on. I know what's going on. Look at this guy, I'm gonna be chilling. Welcome back to another Preacher Breakdown, but this time moving, as we've been having a lot of voiceover commentary. Also because I don't want to keep extending the video and I'm about to die here. Again, just remember, I'm very exhausted, so I'm just like consigned to fight here. I don't have a good enough loot for endgame. I only have 2 bubbles and I need to find somewhere. I'm looking for somewhere and I can't. And so I decided to just jump on this player. I could have played this a whole lot better than I did, but unfortunately, I just sold. It is what it is, though. We move on and learn. Don't be like me.
Oh well.
Oh, what does Game 2 hold for us? In learning, not a lot. Look at how much time is left in this video. But to note, there's a few things I could have done better here. First of all, I went off drop. I got confused and didn't grab a proper gun here, right? No gun spawns, it's unfortunate. I finally get one, and I just choose the impulse. I should have gotten more shield, and then I should have just played height here. I shouldn't have jumped on him. I jumped on him 50'd, he had a shotgun, and apparently way more health than me. So, GG's. Hi, Starler. How's it going? Unfortunate. I definitely should have shot sooner here once I saw the footsteps, stepped up into the bush, and gotten some good tags. Probably could have eliminated him. But at the end of the day, we go next. And this is how I ended up placing overall and in comparison to the other people on my friends list. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed or learned something. Leave a comment about the video. Thanks for watching. YouTube thinks you'll like this video. Check it out.